The violent, mechanical scream of the coffee grinder shatters the dead silence of the penthouse. Dark roast beans are crushed into fine powder. Elena watches the blades spin. Her face is a terrifyingly blank canvas. The tears from midnight are gone. The panic is gone. The heavy silver Zippo lighter sits dead center on the pristine white marble island, mere inches from her hand. A physical monument to her father's execution, resting casually next to the espresso cups. She hears the heavy, rhythmic thud of bare feet on the hardwood hallway. Ezra. In exactly 3 seconds, the man who ordered the slaughter of her bloodline will walk through the archway. If she tries to hide the lighter now, the sudden, frantic movement will draw his predator's eye. If she leaves it on the counter, he will instantly recognize the relic he used to destroy her. 2 seconds. Elena's hand moves with absolute, chilling fluidity. She slides the silver lighter off the marble and drops it straight into the deep pocket of her silk robe, just as the grinder clicks off. 1 second. Ezra steps into the kitchen. The harsh morning light catches the fresh, dark bruises across his chest. He leans against the doorframe, watching her with the heavy, possessive exhaustion of a king who has just secured his borders. He is waiting for his prize. He is waiting for the grateful, trembling woman he broke the world to save. Elena picks up the steaming ceramic mug. Her hands do not shake. The boiling water does not ripple. She turns to face the monster. She walks slowly across the cold marble floor. She presses the warm mug into his bruised hands. She reaches up, her fingertips gently, reverently tracing the raw, broken skin over his knuckles. She looks up into the eyes of her father's murderer, and she smiles. It is a breathtaking, utterly flawless smile. It is the smile of absolute devotion. It is the most terrifying thing she has ever done. The tension instantly drains from his broad shoulders. He exhales, pulling her flush against his chest, burying his face in her hair. He closes his eyes, completely surrendering to the illusion. He believes the cage is permanently locked. He has no idea he is holding the match that is going to burn his entire empire to the ground. The morning wears on, and the illusion holds completely firm. Ezra finally steps away, the heavy oak door of the master bathroom clicking shut behind him. The sudden rushing sound of the shower echoes through the cavernous penthouse. In the underworld, running water is not a symbol of cleansing. It is a ticking clock. It is the only guaranteed window of absolute, unmonitored isolation. Elena does not waste a single second. The devoted, smiling lover vanishes the exact moment the water hits the tile. The apex predator steps forward to take her place. She moves silently through the sprawling, shadow-drenched corridors of the penthouse, slipping into Ezra's private study. The air in the room is thick, heavy with the scent of aged leather, expensive cigars, and the suffocating weight of absolute power. This is the nerve center of the newly conquered empire. This is where the blood is turned into money, and where the lives of entire families are reduced to simple, calculated strokes of a pen. She glides behind the massive mahogany desk. Her eyes sweep over the pristine surface. Ezra is a man of meticulous, terrifying control. He does not leave a loaded weapon on the table, and he does not leave his secrets in plain sight. But Elena has spent 3 years studying every micro-expression, every habit, and every shadow of this man. She knows that true power always keeps its most vital organs close to the chest. Her fingers trace the heavy wood paneling underneath the desk. She searches blindly in the dark, feeling for the slight, almost imperceptible groove Ezra's ring always catches on when he sits. She finds it, a hidden magnetic latch. She presses upward. A silent, velvet-lined drawer slides open into the dim light. Resting inside is not a gun, nor is it stacks of marked bills. It is a single, heavy, black leather ledger. It is completely unmarked. She pulls it out, the leather cool and heavy against her palms. This is not just a book of numbers. It is the exact structural foundation of the empire Ezra just burned the city to claim. If the silver Zippo lighter was the motive for her revenge, this black ledger is the weapon she will use to execute it. She opens the heavy cover. The pages are filled with his sharp, commanding handwriting. Bank routes, political payoffs, the names of the corrupt judges he owns, the shipping containers he uses to move his arsenal. It is the entire criminal syndicate perfectly mapped out in black ink. But as her eyes dart rapidly across the columns, she stops dead. The breath catches in her throat. She turns to the final, freshly written page. It is a ledger of liabilities, and sitting at the very top of the list, marked in red ink, is a single word: Elena. The man singing in the shower down the hall did not just murder her father. He has actively been calculating the exact cost of keeping her alive, waiting for the moment she is no longer useful. The cage was never meant to hold her forever. It was always a holding cell before the slaughter. Before we reveal how Elena takes this blueprint and begins to systematically dismantle his empire, we want to hear from you. We are building a global community here at Blood and Roses Chronicles, and we want to know exactly where in the world you are witnessing this justice unfold. Drop your city or country in the comments below. We love seeing how far these stories of survival and retribution reach. While you're down there, make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button to join the fold. And if you know someone who needs to see that even in the shadows, someone is always watching, share this story with them. Your support is the fuel that keeps these chronicles alive. Now, back to the shadows. The sound of the shower abruptly cuts off down the hall. The ticking clock has run out. Elena's heart hammers a violent, deafening rhythm against her ribs. She has less than 60 seconds before Ezra walks out of the bedroom, expecting to find his beautiful, fragile pawn waiting for him. She pulls a sleek, silver smartphone from the pocket of her silk robe. Her thumb hovers over the camera icon. She does not steal the book. Stealing the book would immediately alert the warden that the prisoner has slipped her chains. Instead, she methodically, rapidly photographs the final 3 pages of the ledger, the bank routes, the political leverage, and the hit list. She takes the ghost of the empire, leaving the physical body untouched. With agonizing precision, she closes the heavy black leather cover. She slides the ledger back into the velvet drawer. She presses the magnetic latch, the mechanism locking with a soft, inaudible click, just as the bathroom door creaks open down the hallway. When Ezra finally walks into the study, a fresh towel draped over his broad shoulders, he finds Elena standing by the towering bookshelves, casually tracing the spine of an old novel. The sunlight catches her profile. She looks entirely innocent. She looks completely defeated. He smiles, a dark, possessive smirk, believing he holds the entire world in the palm of his hand. He does not know that the woman standing across the room has just downloaded the exact coordinates of his impending destruction. He does not know that the hunt is over. The execution is about to begin.